are live.
Hey, hey.
We live. Okay, so yeah, we're gonna let some people get up in here, girl, and then we're gonna get into this married at first sight and this ready to love shenanigans. But in the meantime, in between time, y'all, I got me a special guest, and I'm so excited. It's been a long time coming, and
It
girl,
has.
I am like such a fan of your channel. Like I watch from
Chloe, why are you doing this? Why are you
girl, let me tell you, I be watching from the bushes because I don't like to intrude in people's comments too much. So I always watch from the bushes. So the one time I was like, I had missaid something and you had read my comment and you was like, Chloe Johnson, I watch your channel. And I was like,
I
oh
do. Literally, like, I'm a supporter of the other YouTubers doing the damn thing because when I came in the game, a lot of you guys were already doing it. So I'm like, listen, I need to pay homage where homage needs to be paid. I'm a fan of all of you. I'm a fan of most of you. So here we are. What's good?
let's go. Okay, so I pinned your link at the top. So if you guys are not subscribed to Queen E, make sure y'all click on that link, go over there, subscribe, check her out. Okay, all that good stuff. But girl, let's just get into this married at first sight. So here's the thing, you guys. We're gonna go through married at first sight, then we're gonna jump into ready to love. Okay, so let's just get into it. First of all, how do you feel about this season in general?
Okay, so the people on my channel know that I have a love-hate relationship with Married at First Sight, as I'm sure we all do. And the main reason is because like it just seems so gimmicky. Like this episode, we're really fighting over shirts. We're fighting over a shirt. You cannot be serious. So the way I feel about this season is like the same old foolishness that I feel like we're tired of. And I want to see more like organic marital issues rather than things that seem producer led. Like I'm not quite sure what's going on here, but I'm gonna see it out. I love the introduction of the two new pop-in experts. We'll see how that goes. So I'm still a little bit optimistic, but a lot of bit pessimistic.
Girl, me and my subscribers, we talk all the time and we just trauma bonding at this point.
Yep.
We talk about it all the time. It's like we want to stop, but we kind of like in it now. So it's like we just here.
We are
Watching.
in the sunken place.
We just going in. We just going through the motions of the ocean. All right, so let's start with who we want to start with.
Well, who had the least amount? I mean, Lindy and
Miguel?
yeah, they didn't really have much going on, so we can start with them.
Okay. So Lindy and Miguel, what happened this episode between them? So Lindy's crazy. She's crazy. Girl.
No, you're right. You're right. Go into it. Go into it.
Girl,
I'll let you talk,
Lindy
then
said,
I'll add my 2 cents.
Lindy said, I just want to be able to like, have my outbursts and just be crazy and like let you have it, but I respect you too much.
She's off her rocker. She's absolutely off her rocker. And I kind of understand what she's saying, and that a part of love is seeing the ugliest parts of you and still saying I accept you for that as well. But to deliberately want to throw a tantrum and be like, and you must love me through it because we're in this together, girl, get it together. You are unhinged. Like, I really want to rock with her because I understand her history. So the people who are subscribed to Chloe who don't know, I grew up Seventh-day Adventist. My parents are still Seventh-day Adventist. It's still the religion denomination that I identify with the most.
Okay.
But I'm looking at her and I'm like, girl, please don't represent us. I can't. Oh God,
I feel like she might be a little bit bipolar.
potentially. I don't know. I don't like diagnosing people, but I don't think you'd be far off, to be honest.
Tad bit. How do you feel about her getting on his insurance?
So here's my thing about the insurance. I feel like she would have had an argument if she didn't make it a thing of like, well, I'm your wife. What am I supposed to do? Well, babe, 2 weeks ago, what were you gonna do? 2 weeks ago, what were you going to do? So don't act like he's putting you in a compromising situation when you put yourself in that situation. Some people in my comments, because again, a disclaimer for the people on Chloe's channel, I live in Canada, so the healthcare system here is completely different. We don't do the whole private practice thing. They are there, but healthcare is available for everyone. So it's not like this big thing when it comes to health insurance. So if you know you're in a system where you do have to pay for healthcare individually and you work in the healthcare field yourself, why wouldn't you set yourself up for success? I mean, you already don't work full time, which makes you ineligible for benefits at work. And then now you want to kind of demonize this person who just met you and using the argument of, well, I'm your wife. Yeah, but 2 weeks ago you weren't. So if you ended up being sick back then, what was going to be your plan of action? It doesn't make sense.
It's the guilt trip for me.
Yeah.
Because I really feel like if he wanted to do that, if they had a conversation and it was a thing, they did it, cool. But it's like, what if I get hit by a car? Like, then girl, you just got hit by a car.
Exactly.
Like, what do you want me to do about? First of all, you're too old to be out here getting hit by cars. But anyway, like you should know how to cross the street and whatnot. Like, what's going on?
I'm dead. But then again, though, I do have to say, just because I'm not on Lindy's side does not mean I'm on Miguel's side. Because for him to then dangle, well, then you need to take my last name. Let's not do the tit for tat thing. Like, really? I get that they are both big conversations, but they're not interchangeable. And I think like he was only doing it to be like, well, if you're not going to do that, then I'm not going to do this. Like, the way that Miguel moves, you don't agree?
No.
That's how I feel. That's how I feel.
Let me tell you how I feel. Because I feel like she wants a lot and all he wants is the last name, right? She wants the joint bank accounts. She wants to go ahead and put him on she wants him to put him on his insurance. She wants him to find out where they're living after this. And all he said was, I just want you to change your last name so that I know it's real.
No, Chloe, don't fall for this, please. Okay, listen. She is absolutely asking for a lot. Joint bank accounts, you're crazy. Like, she's doing a lot. However, it doesn't mean as much to Miguel, this last name thing, as he's trying to make it seem.
You don't think
he's
so?
making it? No. He's making it a big deal to combat her thing. He's trying to use something just as serious so she could be like, oh, damn, well, if I don't want to do that, I guess I could understand why he's saying the insurance thing is a big deal. I think he was trying to meet her at a level where she really could not concede on her argument because it was like equally weighted. Like the things are big issues. I don't think it's that important to him at this point because the man is still counting down the days. He doesn't give a damn if she has his last name.
But that's why would I put you on my insurance?
But that's what I'm saying. He used that to be like, well, if you don't want to take the last name, why would I put you on my insurance? It was a tit for tat, child. It was a tit for tat, please. It was a tit for tat.
Look, I'm not too fond of Miguel, but I'm definitely on his side when it comes to the last name and the insurance because
I'm on nobody's side.
All she had to do was hyphenate the last name, get on insurance, get the joint bank account, and go ahead and let him find out where they was living, and they could be happily ever after. Girl, just go ahead and get the name.
Well, he already conceded and put her on the insurance anyway, so.
I know. I just don't like that she guilt tripped him into it, though.
True.
I don't like it. It's manipulative.
It is.
Ain't she crazy? She's definitely crazy. Even the friend was like, do you think she's out of her Jackal High stage? And he was like, I don't know. And I was like, no.
Yeah. No, but honestly, let's talk about that though. Like, you are a grown adult and you understand that you have a tendency of throwing tantrums. And you're basically saying you're going to have to accept me through those tantrums. Now, what did somebody say? Oh, Coco.
Hey, Cliff.
And what's up to everybody?
Hey, y'all.
How y'all doing? I understand having moments that are very unbecoming. We have our moments where the mask slips a little bit, and really you shouldn't even be wearing a mask in a marriage, but we have unflattering moments, right?
Mm-hmm.
I do not appreciate you knowing you have a tendency of flying off the handle, you being able to identify when it potentially happens, and you still going ahead and being like, well, it's going to happen anyway, so I'm just going to do it, and you're just going to accept it. Grow up, Lindy. Grow up.
It's the Lindys and the Lindsays for me.
For real.
They're all crazy.
No, grow up.
But that's the thing about Lindsay is that I think that she's just, it's one thing to have like you said, it's one thing to have a moment. Like, if we're outside and somebody jumps the line and you get a little upset, like, don't jump in front of me, that's different.
Just a little flip. Just a little
intentionally every time I want to have a fit, then girl, I'm gonna need you to sit down because that means you're not in control of your emotions. But she is in control of her emotions because she's holding them back from him, and she's literally saying, I want to be crazy. I want you to see me crazy. And I'm trying to figure out what does the crazy look like, and I want to see the crazy because I know what it looks like.
I think the crazy is almost like an act because she came from such a sheltered place. It's kind of like, what extremes can I go to now that I don't have these religious like strongholds on me? And this is just one of them, this little crazy tantrum thing that she's preparing Miguel for. I think it's a part of her rebellion. And honestly, it's sad.
Really?
I think so. I'm telling you, I've seen people who I grew up in the church with and how they are now. And I'm like, baby girl, you know that's not you. You're just trying to be the exact opposite of where you came from. But at your core, you know that's not you.
So that's what this is? You think it has a lot to do with the 7-day Adventists?
That's my belief based on my personal experience. I'm not saying like this is exactly what's going on for Lindy, but it would not surprise me if this is all a part of her exploring her rebellion. It would not surprise me. I've seen it happen time and time again. I've had a part of it too. Let me tell you, there are certain things, girl, this is going to be so minuscule to people, but even me having my piercing here, I don't know if you guys can see it. That was a part of my rebellion stage. I was like, we're not allowed to get piercings. We're not allowed to wear jewelry. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. Like, that's just us. We try to break away so much that we almost do it to the extremes. And it's like, okay, but you know that's not you. You know that's not you.
Oh, okay, I get it. It's like church girl, don't hurt nobody. You can get daddy if you want.
If you want to.
You can get it popping if you want to. Hey.
Yes, that.
I get it. But that's the thing. She doesn't want him to tame her because she said, it's like you're going to reel me in. She doesn't want to be reeled in. She wants to be let loose.
I can't stand her. Please, let's move on.
Let's go. Okay, so do you want to go into, let's go into Ben and Morgan.
Sure.
Okay, so here's my thing with Ben and Morgan. So this episode, I feel like Ben opens up completely. I feel like he literally put his heart on the line. Baby, I feel like he sat down and he did the therapy work all at one time, and he really like got it all together. And then next thing and like she's just so cold. And the fact that she thinks that she's fixed is the part that gets me through all of this.
I'm like, girl, if anybody's hindering y'all's relationship right now, it's you. It's you. And that's not to say Ben is perfect. Ben definitely had a huge blunder at the beginning of their marriage, you know, but he's been making strides, both actions and words. I don't really know what's the drama that's going to happen in the next episode. I don't know what he's going around telling people. So maybe he's not doing as great as he's presenting. But this episode, up until the trailer, I thought he was doing a great job.
That's what I felt. I felt like it's one thing to like, his apology was so sincere. When he said I was projecting my own insecurities on you.
I thought that was very introspective of him. Very nice.
Girl,
very nice.
Like Ben, and then I was looking at him different. I was like, look at his smile. Look at the muscles.
He's got a cute a little bit. Okay, I can see it. Sort of, kind of, maybe.
I was all here for it. Okay, then he pulled out the romantic, you know, he had the Korean barbecue. I'm like, this is my type of guy. And he's emotionally intelligent. Baby, say no more. You want these draws now or later on tonight? Like, when do you want them, you know?
No, I'm sorry. It's to keep the draws from him. Until he works out his mama's boy situation, the draws are staying on.
Look,
staying on.
That day, they would have came off. I'm sorry.
All right.
She said, nah, I'm not buying it. No.
I'm not married, so what do I know? Maybe those are the moments where it's like, okay, you could get it, babe. But listen, I'm a single bitter bee at the moment. So they're staying on. They are staying on.
Thank you, D, for the super chat. She said, y'all two are my faves on YouTube. I love this collab. Oh, thank you for joining us.
They're going to have it more often because I can't be bothered to watch the show by myself.
Oh, God.
I'm reviewing it with Chloe. I have some kind of motivation to watch this damn show.
Well, look, whatever you need, girl, whatever you need. Oh, so Ben did say, okay, so let me ask you, because I want to see if it's a culture thing, right? So if your man said that you look drippy and you look icy, how you gonna feel about it?
I understand what Morgan said when she said, I'm not your homeboy. Like, in a romantic set, and when we get into Ready to Love, baby, I'm going to break that down too. But a lot of guys don't understand that, like, you can be competitive and playful and whatever, but still see your woman as a woman. You know what I mean? Like, I think if you guys have that rapport already, if a man comes up to me, okay, look at, I see a you already know what it is. But when we're in the honeymoon stage, like, I want to hear things like, babe, you look beautiful today. Like, oh, you're stunning. Oh, I appreciate you. Like, those, like, soften me up, especially because you know right now she's holding all her cards to her chest. Don't give her any reason to think she is less than your partner romantically. Show her all the romance stuff, wine and dine her, woo her, whatever. I thought it was just a slip from him. I don't think it was intentional by any means. That's just how he's used to talking to people. But yeah, I was kind of with her. Like, I'm not your homeboy. Talk to me nice.
I think it's both ways. I think it's both ways. Only, but I mean, see, I guess because I've been with my husband for so long, I probably don't think too much of it. So I'll be like, if he says like, oh my god, you look drippy or you look icy, which he would never say because he doesn't talk like that. I'll be like, period. Okay, I'm coming through. You know what I mean? But of course, I definitely understand the whole, romantic vibe. Like, you look beautiful, you look stunning. But if you were Ben and you were married to Morgan, would those be the words that you use?
Okay. Okay. You know what? Because you raise a good point, Chloe. You do. Because she's so like, I think maybe he doesn't know how to handle her as like a delicate flower because she doesn't even want to be handled that way.
She's out here doing Mai Tai, kicking out people's teeth.
I didn't think about their specific dynamic. So you do raise a good point. You do.
And she gives off homey vibes to him though. Granted, I feel like that happened when he broke her trust. Let me ask you real quick. So let's go back to the trust being broken. Who you think broke the trust first? Her or him?
Broke the trust first.
Right, because remember, she told the experts that she was finished with school. She was a nurse, that she had already had everything.
So you think
she went to him and told him the secret. Remember, she told him the secret, and then he went and told Justin. So who do you think really broke the trust first?
What are we considering her trust break? So his was telling.
Right. Her trust break was basically lying about being done with school and stuff like that, and like telling him in a secret way, like, I'm actually only have like one. See, my thing is, I don't think it's an issue with that not being done with school. I think it's the way she presented it. Like, I'm not actually done. I got one more course, and I, like, don't tell nobody. Like, she made it a secret. So because she made it a secret to him, and he went back and took the secret to Justin, who you think broke it first?
I agree with you on the main issue was the framing. So I guess I would put it on her because realistically, having one course, it's really not that deep, girl. Like, you could have told the people, I'm working as an RN. I'm going to further in my education in order to advance my position. However, this truly is my career. Cool. But the way, and then he went and he told my deepest, darkest, and I can't even believe that my own husband, we're gonna be all sit your ass down. I was like, girl, you do.
That's what I said, because she went to him like, like, it's a secret. Like, I'm holding it so dear to my heart, and I don't want you to tell anyone. And he went and took that concern to Justin because he really didn't know what to do with it. And so
the way she said it, you would think she was still legally married to somebody else or something. I was like, dang, what's the secret? You got one credit left, girl. Oh my God.
And then she was like, I can never trust you ever again. Like, once my trust is broken, it's over. It's over.
And then on top of that, I can't trust him, but I want him to get deeper, but I don't want to open up to him. But like, how is he gonna get to know me deeper? Morgan, I'm so tired of her. I cannot stand her.
She's like, I want him to be affectionate with me, but I don't want him to touch me. Like, girl, shut up. Go away.
She's very irritating. Honestly, she irritates me more than Ben. Ben, even though he was introduced to us as a mama's boy, whatever, honestly, it hasn't become that big of an issue at this point. So I can't keep faulting him for that. We haven't seen it. The frugal Fran business, he explained, it's immigrant upbringing. I'm an immigrant as well. I understand. Okay.
Mhm.
So I'm like, listen, Ben is, besides his little chatty patty, he's
Mhm.
doing a good job.
I think so too. I'm just so scared for next week because I really hope it's exaggerated and not something really bad because I'm gonna be so mad with him.
Yeah.
Be
Yeah.
so mad. So that
Morgan wants a bro dude type of guy. I'm done.
which is
Someone said Morgan wants a bro dude type of guy. Mercy. I
oh yeah,
can't.
because remember she was with her. She was talking about her ex boyfriend, and she was like, he was so freaking drunk, and he was just like, "I'll fight everybody for you, dude. I'll fight everybody for you, everybody,
Yeah. Yeah.
everybody."
Yeah. Oh, also, I wanted to ask your opinion.
Go ahead.
They both shared stories of an ex that seemed like it was the one that got away, like right person, wrong time. Like literally, Ben used the words like one that got away. She used right person, wrong time. Do you think that the reasons why maybe they're self sabotaging is in the back of their mind? They're thinking like, but what about that old thing?
I don't know. See, the thing for me, I think Morgan's still in love with her ex. That's the difference. I think Ben is kind of over it, but he just accepted it for what it is.
Okay.
I think Morgan, the way she was talking about him and like her face was lighting up, like even Ben was yeah. He was like, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, he fell in love too. Like the way she talked about it, I really feel like I don't know what happened for them to break up, but I really feel like she's still in love with this guy. And that's probably why
Mm.
she can't open up properly and why she's ready to run and be done with it immediately. Because honestly, that little old thing that they had in the beginning is not enough to be losing all
No,
the trust
absolutely
in the
not.
whole entire marriage.
Absolutely not. I think she's holding on to that old thing in the back of her mind. And maybe if this doesn't work, hey boo, how you been? Hey big head, how you doing? Stink butt.
Me.
Exactly.
Child, I don't know. That's interesting. I ain't never think about it like that, but now that you say it, she probably is self sabotaging because she know deep down in the back of her mind she still want her ex, and maybe she think like after him seeing her on TV, he'll be like, nah, she's a catch, like she's the thing.
I don't know. This is all allegedly.
Allegedly.
Who's next?
Mm. Who is next? Let's go to who is let's go to start. You want to go to Statia and Nate? I'm like, who is all these couples we speak of?
You know what? Can we actually do the other white couple before we get to the black ones?
Oh
Because I feel like
God,
they
Mitch,
got
Mitch and Kristen,
yeah. Let's do them.
you start.
Mitch is a Mitch.
Period.
Mitch is a Mitch. What an unfortunate name, but it's so fitting. This man. Okay, I'm not gonna lie though. When he was talking about the whole property flipping thing that what's her name?
Kristen.
Kristen wants to do, I can see his perspective. How could you be a vigilante for, uh, I'm gonna call it equal housing. I don't know what it is, like affordable housing for everybody, but then you yourself are adding to the gentrification of certain neighborhoods. I could understand the thought process of where he was coming from. Go ahead.
But did she say that's what she was doing?
Not necessarily, but I'm saying I could understand how his mind went there.
I mean, I get that part, but he never let her go into details about what the
True.
plan was. She said, "My plan is to buy houses with my money
And
and
flip
make
them.
them nice places for people to live in."
Yeah, that's true. That's
Who's
true.
to say that they're not going to be affordable housing? Who's to say that they're not going to be for the working class people? Who said any of that? He went
You're
there
right. You're
being
right.
negative.
Yeah, he's so negative. Oh my gosh, he's so negative. I hear you, and I agree. I think I understood him a little bit in that moment where I was like, how could I be a proponent for all these things when it comes to the environment and looking out for society and all that stuff, but then I'm adding to the whole, I don't know, gentrification of it all. Like I could see that.
I
But
get that.
then really where he loses me is his environmental extremism. I think that he he, along with the experts, set whoever was going to be set up with him up for failure. Because if you knew it was this serious to you, go and find somebody who matches that, because nobody's going to live up to the expectations that he has. And
Right.
quite frankly, he doesn't want to bend. He's arrogant. He's a Karen or whatever he's a Kyle, or actually,
Yes.
let's just go with his name. He's a Mitch. So it's really hard for anybody to come into this thing seeing it as a partnership if he doesn't ever want to concede any kind of argument. I mean, they fought over the whole t-shirt situation because he feels like you should never impose a gift on someone, especially a materialistic one, because now you're putting them in a box. And I'm like, it was a t-shirt. She didn't buy you a dog. That's now a responsibility. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was a t-shirt, and it also was a gag. Like, it was a gag joke. Like, oh my, I can't.
See, the thing about Mitch for me is that I feel like he's fake woke, and I don't like that. Because for one, and I said this in my review, Mitch gives me like, he says like, oh, I can't live in a nice house and have a nice car because like, how am I supposed to fight for people? And I'm just like, how about you do what you can do for the people besides trying to come down and be poor with us? How about you invest in these communities? How about you give back to the people? How about you do these things to help people come up out of poverty instead of trying to be part of poverty, and so that you could feel part of the people? I don't like that. I don't like it at all. I ain't here for none of that, because it's like, you don't want to have nice things because we don't have nice things. Is that what you're trying to say? Like, it's like you're trying to say you don't want a nice house and you don't want a nice car. Like, people who are growing up in poverty don't want nice things. Like, boy, bye. Like, you can't relate.
Well, but then he kind of modified it, and he was like, just because I can afford a private jet doesn't mean I need to get a private jet, but I can go first class.
Well,
like
that's,
he was saying like, no, okay. I'm trying to play devil's advocate, and I don't even know why, because I don't even like the guy.
No. He tried to say it because, like, you could tell that's not what he's trying to say. That's just what he said, because he puts her down for wanting nice things. Like,
right.
It's not even just basic having a nice house. Seriously, I mean, that's below. You can't have a nice house. You can't have a nice car. Like, who said that? What makes you think that having nice things mean that you are now you're not doing your part or whatever? How about you invest in the community properly? Help people get educations, help people get loans, help people, come up out of poverty, instead of you want to be so down to earth and that you want to join poverty with us because you want to live in the backyard. Like, boy, bye and miss me with the BS, okay? But you think it was the buttons on a shirt because it was plastic?
I don't even want to talk about it, to be honest with you. I'm not talking about this damn shit. That's the dumbest argument I've ever seen in my life. I do have to get on Kristen, though.
Go ahead.
Kristen irks my entire soul because she's aware of the red flags, chooses to swim in it, and then is like, I don't understand how I'm in this situation. Kristen, he shows you at every single intersection that he ain't the dude that you should be out here fighting for. And she wants to paint this perfect picture of their marriage and then be like, yeah, everything's perfect besides the fact that he's this. So he's not perfect. Stop faking the funk. It's okay to be like, listen, I didn't get what I wanted. This is not going the way that I wanted to go, and I am frustrated. At least from there, you have a point of reference where you can work off of. But to pretend like it's perfect, Justin and Alexis do the same thing, and that pisses me off as well. To pretend that it's perfect makes it hard to work on the actual issues in the relationship.
And I think she had sex with him thinking that would make him like her. Because remember, it was, oh, I'm not attracted to you. And then it was like he tried to pounce on me. And the next thing you know, we giving out coochie coupons. Like, girl, what? Like, girl, what?
And also that was her ultimatum too. Don't forget that. She said either sex or this marriage is over.
And then you just go ahead and hop in the bed with him, and then he didn't even take his and his feet's always dirty, and he's disgusting. Like, no.
They both irritate me. Him, it's just because, like, if you knew you were this hardened, this rigid, this stubborn, don't apply for something that requires you to bend and requires you to be open and vulnerable, because that's not you, baby. That's not you. Go ahead, marry the damn earth. handle your business over there. And then with Kristen, you blew your life savings before on a partner. You know how deep you go when it comes to falling for the wrong guy. Be a little bit more analytical this time around. Like, it's really irritating me that she's doing the exact same thing when she doesn't have to. Like, she's been taught in the most experiential way that turning a blind eye to these red flags does not do you a service. So why are you doing it again? And willingly. Like, on the after party, she's like, oh, I know it's a red flag. I know.
She's
so
desperate.
Stop.
Desperate. The girl was desperate enough to buy her own ring. The girl was desperate enough to pay for her own wedding and her own reception. She's desperate. And I honestly feel like she's at the point where I have to make this work because I have no other options. I already dragged my father into this BS to walk me down the aisle. So if I don't make this work, I'm going to look stupid again. I'm going to be on another honeymoon by myself with all my family. She's desperate and she doesn't want to look like a failure. And it's unfortunate because she's stuck with a failure.
Yeah.
I just can't. Like, I just can't. Everything about Mitch drives me freaking insane. Like, I just know he doesn't wash between his balls. And I just cannot. And then, like, for him to be so arrogant and so like, he's like, I just can't. Like,
he doesn't wash between his balls.
Tell me he wash every scene they in. Doesn't it look nasty? Every scene. Think about every scene. Don't it just look nasty?
No, it does.
Ugh.
It does. All right, moving on.
That's enough for Shirtgate 2022.
Yeah, we're done. And I also want to highlight a comment that somebody said where it's absolutely right. They said, oh dang, I think I lost it.
Is it this one?
No, I found it. Flipping houses typically, is it which one? No. Flipping houses typically helps people purchase an upgraded home at a reasonable price. It doesn't always mean gentrification or redlining, which is absolutely true.
Right.
I just think I can understand how his mind went there.
Yeah.
But you're right. It's not an equal exchange. Absolutely.
That's because he's so fake woke that he automatically goes to that point. It's like you don't even give her the chance to explain how she wants to do this. What's the plan?
Exactly.
Like how many houses she plan on buying? Did she say she want to buy up the whole neighborhood and make it for, overpriced for people? Did she actually say that for you to assume that? It's like he's going into these things that he thinks that he's projecting all of his environmentalism on everybody else, and it drives me insane.
And she was valid in saying, like, I'm here and I support your environmentalism and all that stuff, but here I am saying, I want to be financially free. I want to have my own entrepreneurial endeavors, and this is how I want to do it. I want to do it in real estate and in flipping homes, and here you are dogging me about my career when I could have easily done that about your career, and I don't do that. So how dare you? So I was with her on that. I'm like, you're making some points, Kristen. You're making some points.
He doesn't support anything she does or say. She said, what in the puppet mastery is happening?
Yes.
What in the puppet mastery is going on here?
Yeah, it's a madness between them. Honestly, I'm so tired of it.
I can't. I just wish they would just cut their losses. But baby, when he's going to continue to keep, pumping and dumping, and then he's going to leave her on decision day, and that's going to be it. And it's going to be all her fault.
Pumping and dumping, because that man is not going to inseminate that woman. He will not do it.
Maybe not.
Sorry. I'm so sorry. Let's move on. I'm getting slick. My mouth is getting slick, child.
Okay, let me reel it back.
Please.
Okay, so Stassi and Nate or Justin and Alexis? Which one?
Let's do Justin and Alexis because I got some words for Stasha.
Okay. Justin, first of all, Alexis gets on my nerves. And so does Justin. They equally both get on my last nerve, okay?
I agree.
I need for her to take some accountability in her part. I need her to stop making it seem as if she's in love with Justin when she never was in love with Justin.
Chloe? Is that you saying that?
Girl, it is.
Because for y'all who don't know, Chloe was up there on another YouTuber's channel talking about, I believe in their romance. I believe the love. And I said, Chloe, don't make me have to cuss you out in the DMs. But now you're talking about you don't believe. Oh, she gone. She gone. Come back and face us. Face us. Because you sat up there on that YouTube channel. And I was like, Chloe, I know you're not lying about this damn Alexis. She don't love that man.
It's true.
I'm glad you've come to your senses. I love it. This is great. Keep it going.
I did. It took me a while. I didn't want to admit it. I had to. Because she walking around telling everybody, I have love for him. I love him, but I'm not in love with him. Got that man thinking that she's in love with him. And he's trying to win her back over and everything. It's just giving. I just can't it's like she's take everything and throw it all on him. And I don't like that because even though he does play a part in it, she manipulates him through being angry, knowing that he's a yes guy and he's going to bend over backwards to try to make this right. And I don't like that she's trying to make him get rid of his dog after sending that dog to doggy jail. I don't like none of it. None of it.
Warming my heart, Chloe. I'm glad you've seen the light. I was ready to reprimand you, but I'm glad we're on one accord. This is great. This is great. I love it. I never believed Alexis. Not for 1 second. And I have somebody, I love you, girl. When you see this video, I love you. But this girl be riding for Alex. She's like, you don't know that she doesn't like him. You don't know. And I'm like, everybody knows. Everybody knows. Okay. I think she really wants to give the experiment a try, regardless of who she was partnered with. But she already knew as soon as she made eye contact with that man that she's already curved multiple times. She knew, oh shit, I'm gonna have to make something up. Because if I come off like the Alyssa, it's not gonna end good for me. And unfortunately, the worst thing that this couple did for their marriage was to say that they loved each other. Because now everything that happens seems like a violation to their relationship that really was baseless to begin with. And if they hadn't said I love you, I think at this point these would have been more so stepping blocks of like, okay, we had this little blip, how do we work from it? Whereas now the blips are like, how dare you ruin the marriage? And it's like, yeah.
I'm sad though, because
see, Miriam, I'm sorry, I don't even see it as infatuation. I don't think she liked that man. I don't.
Maybe she's saying Justin is infatuated.
Oh, okay.
Everybody knows except for Justin.
Facts though, because
see, but this is the thing. I really felt like I'm not gonna hold you. I really felt like it was something in the beginning, but now I'm just seeing it because I was saying this before. What have they really been arguing about? If we take the dogs out of this equation, and the dogs are not even there anymore. Every time they have an argument or something, it's about a dog.
No, but her argument, I agree with though. I'm not gonna lie. So basically, her thing is, you're vague with me. And it would have been one thing because if you remember last episode, Stasha, I'm going to get on her ass. Stasha was basically like, I sometimes also withhold information. No. I also don't tell the full story sometimes, not because I'm withholding information, but because I didn't realize there was more to tell in that moment. And then when you realize, this other thing would have added context. Sure. The problem with Justin is he purposely withholds information because he doesn't want to look stupid. He doesn't want to look incompetent. He's like, well, I thought I had it handled. You can even say that. You're like, babe, this is what I'm going to do. I think it's the right thing. But if you have an input, just let me know. And when he was doing his little tantrum on the CCTV, basically like, I'm not going to be perfect. She was not asking you to be perfect. She was saying, if there's something that needs to be said, can you just say it? Even if it's uncertainty. Babe, I'm going to do this thing. I don't know how it's going to work out, but that's my plan of action. I can appreciate that because then I'm like, oh, okay, he did this not because he's trying to spite me, but he thought it would work out this way. Turns out it didn't. How do we rectify? But for him trying to hide behind, well, I thought I had it handled. You didn't. And now look at us. Now we both look stupid.
He was definitely wrong for that one. So let me give you my take. The first incident, I feel like Alexis needs to take accountability for the part that she played in it because she should have had that dog on a leash too. That's one. The second time the dogs got with the dog acting throwing up, I feel like he definitely should have said something if the dog is not eating and throwing up. Like, don't wait until it happens. Also, but I also
And hold on. Before you move on for that, are we assuming that she was unable to monitor Newton? Because that was a question in my comments too. Like, where was she?
that's what I'm saying. She was there, but the dog should. You talking about the when with the dog throwing up?
Yeah.
That's what I was about to get into. I was about to say that's what I mean. Like she needs to also like where were you at when the dog was not eating for 2 days, and where were you at when girl they barbecuing?
Yeah.
I'm like, where were you at when the dog wasn't eating for 2 days and stuff like that? Like you said, that's your son, right? We got the dog that identifies as a child over here, okay? So if that's your son, and you know that your son has not eaten for 2 days, where have you? This is what I mean by taking some accountability for herself. Also, they said in my comments last time that she left him with the dog for 2 days after that.
Oh.
But that's your son?
Yes.
But that's your son.
Would you leave your son with an abuser, babe? Is that what you're saying you would do? Because that's scary.
Are we really mad or not? Like, what's happening here?
Yeah, I didn't know that part. Alexis, come on, man. You're making it hard to really ride with you.
Mm-hmm. Because she's doing too much. That's what I mean. She wants to throw everything on Justin, but not hold herself accountable for those pieces. Yes, Justin was definitely wrong for not telling her when he noticed it. But how do you have a son? Because the dog identifies as a child. Okay, how do you have a son and you have not noticed that child has not ate or drink in the last 2 days? Make that make sense.
Yeah,
so
it doesn't.
Are you neglecting the dog now? Do we need to go ahead and call the animal police on you?
Hey, Ellen has a good point. All moms aren't maternal, though.
So. But Justin didn't tell her. Only reason why Justin didn't tell her, and this is why he's wrong, is because he knew that she would be upset because he felt like because the dogs got into it, that had something to do with it.
Yeah, no, I definitely don't like the fact that he withholds in fear of like letting somebody down. I feel like the reality is going to be the reality. At least prepare me for what that reality is, like right. At least properly prepare me for the situation that I'm walking into instead of walking in ignorant when you had adequate information and you just chose not to share. I don't like that.
Me either. I feel like that time that was wrong. The first time, I don't think he even thought about it, and I don't blame him for not saying anything the first time because he did say he was concerned a little bit because it takes the dog a while to warm up to people. So I don't blame him for that. I think she should have had her dog on a leash too, introduced them properly. But that time, he definitely should have said something. But when it comes to that daggone Alexis, she takes no responsibility for anything she does. Everything is Justin's fault. It's all Justin. And she's just sitting there ready to run away because she's a track star.
She's a track star. She admitted it this episode, so yeah.
She gonna run away when it gets hard.
Yeah. All right. That's all I got for them.
Well, you've been ready to go in on Stasi and Nate, so I'm gonna let you have it.
I am sick of that woman. I'm sick of her. You want to know why?
Why?
This woman looked at Alexis's face last episode and was like, well, you need to allow Justin to share what he wants to share on his own time. You can't rush him because, whatever. But she wants to hound Nate down every 5 minutes. Tell me about your mother's trauma. Tell me about being abandoned. Tell me about your deepest, darkest secrets. What are your exes? Are you going to move in with me? Well, how much money do you make? Are we going to have a child in the next year? Ma'am, and I'm looking directly in the camera. Ma'am,
hold on. Let me make
together.
Oh, I was going to try to make you big, but I couldn't do it.
Oh, I was going to say, make me big.
Hold on.
Get it together. You are a hypocrite. Oh, and then now she's gonna be here like, do you love me? How far on the love scale are you? Because like I'm at an 8. The man did not say he doesn't love you. He said he's at a 4. Let's be realistic. A 4 is not a 0. It's progress. I could get it. It's kind of like, dang, you only at a 4 and I'm at an 8. It's kind of like, are you leaving me in the dust? Like what's happening here? But to force him to be on your level is unfair. It's very unfair. And Sorry. Then I'm going to let you talk.
Go ahead. Go ahead. They hear me ramble all the time.
I think Nate has gotten to the point where he's tired of trying to please Stasha, because before he would say something, she would say what she thought he was going to say, then he would amend it and then say what she wanted him to say. But now he's like, no, I'm at a 4. I'm staying at a 4 until further notice. No, I'm making actions. And if you don't see it, that's unfortunate because that's what I'm doing. And then it's like, well, I hate that now this is where you're at, where you have to really like stick to your guns like that, because in the beginning, nobody asked you to be a people pleaser for her. Nobody asked you to do that. And so now he has to overcompensate being like stubborn, when really at the first few goes, you could have just been honest instead of trying to appease her. But it is what it is.
Period. So my thing is, at first I was like, Nate's gonna do whatever Stasia says because he wants to move into the house and she has all the money. It's gonna be great. He's just gonna bend over backwards for her. And then I was so proud of him when he stood up, because he's like, you're saying that my actions don't mean nothing. When we first talked, you said words don't mean nothing. It's actions. So here I am putting in actions, and that's not enough either. So if my actions not enough and my words not enough, then what do you want? She wants you to say you love her so that she can go ahead and feel good about herself. When in all actuality, she just wants to hear, she wants him to lie to her. And it's like, Stasia, calm down, sis. You're doing too much. It hasn't even been a month yet. It would not make sense for him to say, I love you right now. Okay? It wouldn't even make sense. When they
look at every single couple, the most recent seasons, let me say, who have said I love you during the process. Where are they now?
Nowhere.
Exactly.
Fighting on the internet.
Sure.
But this is my thing. When she said that when he said that, when they were sitting at the table, he asked her, are you scared that I won't fall in love with you? And she said, yes. And he said, then why
didn't you just say that?
And I said, that's the conversation right there. Leave everything else out of it, because now we can really get to what we need to discuss. You're talking about, oh yeah, because you was with your ex for this long and you didn't fall in love with her and this, that, and the other, and she doesn't want to be in this way. The fear is that you're scared he won't fall in love with you. So why not ask him, do you see yourself falling in love with me? Do you see us working this out and making it to the finish end? You're so struck on this, what his past was and what happened before. And now look at you, looking crazy, looking desperate, looking just out of character for me. And it really makes me upset because I wanted more for Stasia. I thought Stasia was going to be her Miller-ish. She was going to be a boss bee. And she literally just weakened up out of nowhere. And I'm like, girl, what are we doing here?
Yeah. No, it's sad. Literally, somebody just commented, it would make sense if they've been smashing. I think that's kind of a part of it too. Like, she has already said it's going to take certain things to get them to have a sexual relationship. So I think she's at this point where it's like, I don't think we're ever going to get there if he doesn't express these strong feelings of love for me. And so she's kind of wondering, okay, this is allegedly, this is what I think.
Mm-hmm.
If I engage with him sexually and I know we're not there, I'm going to look like Boo Boo the Fool because I'm going to be attached. And then I should have known better because he wasn't where I was at. But I'm also like, you can't force him to be where you're at, though.
She's already going with there because she let him go and lick the kitty cat.
Well, hey. You're right. That did happen.
She let him go ahead and please her. Okay. And now she's like, you know what? Maybe I can. Maybe it is the 8. Maybe we are gonna go, somewhere with this situation. Maybe I need him to say he loves me, so I could go ahead and put it on him a little bit and give him what he want. I'm trying to give him what he want, but he just
wants to go all she wants to go all that way, but she knows she's gonna have to hear an I love you or something similar to it before she does, or she'll be screwed.
That way she can have an excuse as to when it happens. Well, he loves me. It was a perfect night. It was so romantic. Yeah, girl, no. You ain't low. I see it. I see you. You trying to get in his drawers.
I'm dead. Yeah, no. Big facts. Yeah, I'm with you. I'm so tired because it's like you understand that you've been a person who's been pretty frigid in the past. And so here you are at a time where you can just allow things to progress naturally. I'm not even going to lie to you. This is something that I'm going through with my personal situation. I have to fight my natural instinct to want to control because that's what I've done in the past and that's what has led me here. So in this situation, if I really like this person and I'm really trying to make it work, I'm gonna have to fall back
Mm-hmm.
and let things develop naturally. Like, babe, you cannot speed up the process because potentially you're gonna be stuck with a partner that's gonna resent you for making him commit to things that he wasn't ready to commit to at the time.
Girl, story. I'm about to say story of my life, but sort of story of my life a little bit, kind of, sort of in the beginning. Because when I tell you that when me and my husband, when we first met, we got engaged, had a baby, moved in together within the first year and a half, like everything,
Mm,
right?
mm-hmm.
So after we stopped, like after everything like settled down, we're like, do I like you?
Yep.
Like,
Yeah.
I don't even know if I like you. Like, what are we doing here? And then we
Mm-hmm.
had to like literally start to grow into like really getting to know each other and making this work because we had already, started a family and stuff like that.
Exactly.
But you can't, it does not matter. You cannot rush the process. The process has to happen. It
Mm-hmm.
has to happen.
Mm-hmm. No, I'm tired of her. Honestly, I'm really tired of her. I feel like grown as you are, knowing your circumstances, knowing you want to be married and you want to have children, all this stuff, I would think she would be the one who's more like, I'm gonna let this grow and flourish and be the beautiful thing that I want it to be, rather than forcing something that if it's not there, it's not there. I understand everybody has this fear of failure. It's valid. It is absolutely valid, but I would rather have a failed relationship at the beginning than now we're 10 years in and we already knew that ish wasn't going to work from day one. Like, what was the point of that? Now I've wasted 10 years. Now I'm 47 and now I really can't have kids. Or now I got kids with your deadbeat ass.
Not a deadbeat. I think they can make it work. I really think they can make it work, but she really has to just slow down. Because even when we learned from last episode about him wanting to make a certain amount of money I feel like because of his abandonment issues with his mom,
Yeah.
how his mom left. So he feels like he needs to be able to provide no matter what. That way, if she decides that she don't want to do this no more, he can hold it down. She needs to understand that where he needs the friends explained it to her. She's just not listening. And she's like making it seem like, oh, I want you to go so deep, but there's so many parts of him that has already been explained to you that
Yeah. Yeah.
you're not willing to listen to understand. You just want to hear what you want to hear, and if it doesn't involve him saying I love you, then you don't hear anything.
And unfortunately for him, she believes she has her heart on her sleeve. I feel like she has a lot of unresolved trauma, let's be honest. But because she's so forthright with her history and everything that she's gone through, she expects him to be the same. And it's like, honestly, you're probably going to get there faster if you forge a genuine relationship with him. If you like start with a basis of friendship, like actual comfortability, showing that you are a safe space,
Mm-hmm.
those things are going to come out naturally. You wouldn't even have to ask him. They're just going to come out. Like, it's just
Mm-hmm.
going to happen. But you forcing it, you're going to close him off further than he already was.
And I think she doesn't know she's not asking the right questions either. Because like honestly, you'll keep asking him how does he feel about his mother? He told you, I have no feelings about her. So why not say, so how do you feel? How did you feel growing up without your mother? That's a different perspective. Like, but he already explained that to a certain extent. Remember, he said that, he would go to his friend's house and he would like because he didn't have a family dynamic and he would just be around his friends because he liked his
Yeah.
like there's so many parts of him that she's explained. He's even told her that he goes into a bad, like kind of a depression almost a little bit because he's not really happy with himself sometimes. And she said, "So what can I do to help you?" And he was like, just help me come up out of it or whatever. Like he's opening up to her. It's just not what she wants to hear. So the things that he's saying, she's just overlooking them because
You
it's
know
not
what?
what he wants.
I'm starting to think it's not even that she doesn't want to hear it. I think she wants to see him cry.
Oh.
I think she wants to see him get to that like full breakdown vulnerable moment where she's like, oh my gosh, he did it. He did it. And because he's not,
Really?
I think because he's not crying, she's not processing it as vulnerability.
Oh, child. Maybe that's what that's a good point. That's a good point, girl.
Maybe. I'm thinking of it as you're saying it because truly a lot of his past has been shared when you talk about. I'm like, wait, yeah. So I'm like, what is she waiting for? I think she wants him to cry.
Child. Well, that could take some years. Some men take a long time to cry. I'm still trying to think, have I ever seen my husband cry? I
And
may,
it's not needed. It's
but
not
it's subtle. It probably
necessary.
was very subtle too, if he did. I just can't think of, and it's been what, 12 years? 11, 12
Wow.
years? I've seen him in a sad space, and I've seen him in, like, not a happy place, but I'm trying to think, have I seen tears?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
I
So
don't think tears
baby, this could be a
equate.
long time.
But I don't even think tears equate vulnerability though. So if
Does
that's
it?
what she's waiting for, she's gonna be waiting for a long time.
That's probably because her therapist probably told her, just let it out. Let it out. Cry.
He also cried. He cried at the meeting with her family though. So she might be like, so why are you vulnerable like that with them? But
Yep.
not with me.
And that's what I mean by she's not asking the right questions, because when we start talking about his father, he gets emotional because that's the person he has the emotional connection to. This is why she's just like, girl, you're asking the wrong questions, baby doll. You can get to what you're trying to get to, but you need to understand where to get where to get him to feel comfortable to have these conversations and what to open up about. You asking him about his mother, there's nothing there. You're not gonna get anything from that.
Yeah, big facts. Yeah. I'm with you. Yeah, I'm with you.
Oh, child, not us breaking down Stassi and Nate. Period.
I mean, put us on the show. Let us be the guest experts next season.
I'm just saying, like, what they doing? Like, girl, I'm about to go write a letter.
I'm dead. Oh, yeah, no, yeah. Looks like it's gonna rain. Oh my gosh, please don't.
Oh, you never seen it either. That's what I'm saying. It could be years before you see some tears, baby. If you're looking for tears, you might never get them. Might not.
No, but she has seen it.
Oh yeah, she said I've seen it. Oh, is he a Cancer? Is Nate a Cancer?
I don't know.
But y'all, that was married. Do we have anything else you want to add to Married at First Sight?
No.
Girl.
No.
Okay, y'all. Let me look at the timestamp so I can know. 57. We are moving over to Ready to Love. Can somebody remind me 57 minutes so that I could timestamp it in the chat. Okay, so ready to love, y'all. Before we go into Ready to Love, can you guys make sure that you are liking the video, like the video. Okay, subscribe to the channel if you are not subscribed. Welcome. And then I pinned Queen E's link at the top. So if y'all are not subscribed to her, go ahead and click that link and subscribe and come right back. Okay, like don't be over there, scrolling through the videos right now. Go back afterwards.
Yeah, after be engaged here.
Yeah, go watch the videos after we finish, but subscribe now. Okay, let's do that. And now we're gonna get into Ready to Love.
Oh, I thought you were gonna keep singing.
Oh, you want to hear the vocals?
Yeah.
But this I sang the India.Arie version because I ain't got time for every version.
That's fine.
I am ready to love. Why are you hiding from me? Because everybody's trying to get a deal.
Facts, though. This is the influencer season. Oh my gosh. This is the influencer season.
Hold up, because he tried to boo me, and I don't like that.
Personally, I thought it was fantastic. So
Thank you.
Yeah.
Ready to get on my nerves, okay? Ready to struggle, ready to everything.
These are all valid, yes.
Let's get into Ready to Love. All right. Oh, girl, I got that. Oh, LJ, I got that feeling. Dang, and Little Black Book always play that clip, and it just cracks me up every time.
You know I got the feeling. Then all I see is you, something like that. Oh,
yeah,
God.
that's exactly how it goes. I be trying to catch the beat in my head, so I can't never get it out right.
Damn, one letter short from MJ, babe. You're not him.
All
You're not
right,
him.
ready to clout chase. Let's get into these people. Who is these people? I don't even know.
No, for real. Can we talk about how last episode should have been a double elimination though?
Go.
Because yes, Alonzo showed his ass, absolutely. But Justice is not. He's wasting our time. I will say he had a good moment with Looney this episode, but for the no, okay, we'll get into it. But I feel like for the most part, you're here to waste time. And it's very evident that you don't want to be here. So I don't even know why you're subjecting yourself to the process. And also, why is the process keeping him? Because the time he dipped out for his work thing, he was at the bottom. Then he had a little kiki with Tommy. He should have been gone then too. Then he was at the bottom. That same go done.
No lies told. No lies told. I really feel like they should have sent his behind home when he wasn't there, when he left for his grand opening. How many grand openings he got? Because he had a grand opening with Looney too. The grand reopening. He P Valley now. What's happening?
Okay.
I just don't know. I just don't get it. But no, Justin has to go. First of all, he was jumping. He can't jump on the trampoline, and he ain't got no stamina, and we don't need that.
He can't perform.
We don't need that.
Girl, he said his back broke, and you coming for his manhood. He said his back broke.
That still means he can't. Never mind. So
there are some maneuvers. It ain't always gotta be put your back in there. Okay, there are ways.
And then he showed up in his linen suit. Like, where's your hoochie daddy shorts at, sir? Where was his hoochie daddy shorts at when we needed them? They was not there.
Justice.
But yeah, so I mean, we might as well just get into Justice since we already started.
Sure.
He gotta go. Like,
yeah.
I will only say the only reason why I'm not gonna be so mad that he's there this week is because Zoe had to go. Like, he had to go. I think they should have sent them both. But if someone had to go, it had to be Zoe. And now we could go ahead and get him up out of here. Okay. The whole free thing, I'm not really opposed to free dates. Okay. Like walks on the beach, you know, picnics and whatnot. But it's the simple fact that he doesn't want to even do anything to invest or romance and take you out, make you feel special. That bothers me because it's like, you don't want to date multiple people yet, and still you want a dating show to date multiple people. Make it make sense. Justice.
But like my criticism every year is people come in saying, this is how I typically do things. Yeah, the way that you typically do things have led you to this situation. So what are we going to do different to get some different results? Like Justice does this in his regular life. He doesn't pursue women. He doesn't, fork out money for the dates, which isn't mandatory to make dates happen, but he doesn't pursue. So why do you think you're going to come on this situation, not pursue, and get different results from what you've been experiencing in the past? Like, you're
It's like, why does a grown man have to tell you to go ahead and get other people's numbers? And then you got the nerve to be mad at Katie and for DMing you when she ain't have no other way to get in contact with you, sir.
And then it would be one thing, like you're saying, he didn't even have the numbers. If you're not a date guy, at least be a phone guy. You're not going to be a date guy and be a phone guy, and you're going to have a stush personality. We're tired. Get out of my face. Get out of my face. Oh.
Get tired of him.
Get out. I can't stand him.
Me either. Hold on 1 second. You can keep talking.
Okay. Another thing about him that kind of irritates me is I think based off the way that he was introduced to us, that first episode where he was like, I was like, honey, and they were something. I think for him, he thought that I'm going to be the hot commodity of the season. As soon as he realized that wasn't the case, it's kind of like he's floundering now. Like, he's like, oh, I don't know what to do. I don't know whatever. And it's like, honestly, just focus on yourself. Don't try to be the hotshot guy. Don't try to be the Vern put himself in the same situation last season. He thought, the women were coming to him. Oh yeah, I'm the hot commodity. He thought that means I don't have to try. You still have to put in the effort. You still have to pursue. And maybe you'll find your diamond in the rough. And even if you don't, at least you can say you gave it a proper try. That's what upsets me about these people. They get so like upset about how the process was for them. But you look at their journey and you're like, and you thought it would end differently for you?
And how?
That doesn't make sense.
And how? Right. I don't justice just needs to go away. Like he's the king of some castle that somewhere. And no one's gonna go chasing after him and running after him. Baby, you don't even give anything anybody will want to chase after. You don't even give the women a glimpse of anything to be like, ooh, let me go see what he about. No, you don't even do any of that. Like you're corny. And he thinks because I don't know, because I want to say handsome, but his attitude is so trash that I don't even see handsome. Like, I feel like if we took the attitude out and we didn't know he'd be a decent looking guy, but his attitude just makes it all like, you think he's handsome?
I'm debating.
Are you flocking? Are you one of the girls flocking to the beat?
Oh, hell no. Oh, no. I was going to say, when I look at him, I fight the urge to say sis.
Oh.
But anyways. I'm sorry.
Is it the shirt being open with?
I don't know. Something about him just gives me. It's not even that it gives me like any kind of other sexuality. I'm not attracted to like metrosexual type.
Yeah.
So it's just that's not zesty. Thank you, Jen. It's zesty. Zesty. I'm not here for the zest. No.
But that's the thing. I just don't see it for him at all. And he needs to go. Like next week needs to be his time. If it's no other time, next week needs to be his time. Period.
Yeah, I agree.
Point blank. So since Shakira is gone, how do you feel about her whole dynamic with dating, with the females, with everything?
I think that, so this is a debate where we're having on my channel. I think that two things can be true.
Okay.
I think that she could be leading with her trauma, and the other women have also violated her trust. Absolutely. So apparently it wasn't just in that moment where Katie had talked about what she had been going through. Apparently things were going through the grapevine off camera and all that stuff. So I could understand Shakira feeling like, here I am, a moment of vulnerability, sharing with you women, confiding in you women, not to report it to somebody else, but feeling like this is a sisterhood and you know what it is. Like even this episode, she said, I didn't think this was like a competition. I thought we were all just kind of doing our own thing. And if you match with someone, you do, but it's not like, oh, you match with them, how am I going to get their attention away from you kind of situation. But then again, constantly bringing up, it's kind of like the same thing that happened with AP last season. She would bring up her husband's passing so much that people start to feel like, do I even have a space in your life right now? Because you're holding on to somebody who, unfortunately, when people pass, they're like infallible. All the wrongs that they ever did, it's like they don't count because now they're gone, and it's a hard reputation to live up to. So with her still holding on to this trauma and all this stuff, it's kind of like, babe, there's some things you got to work out before you give another man your attention. And this episode specifically, I think she's identified with being a mom so much, and that's why the trauma with her son's father is so fresh for her, because she hasn't taken the time to develop like, who is Shakira? What does Shakira want? It's always, I'm the mom, my 8-year-old. Oh, his father did this, so now I need to overprotect, which are all good things. She does need to protect her son. She does need to make sure that the past doesn't happen again. But if Shakira doesn't know what Shakira wants, and if Shakira hasn't healed from her past, she's not going to find what she's looking for.
I agree.
I heard the rumor that Music Soul Child is her ex. Is that true?
Child. All right. I'm going to read this comment and then I'm going to give you my opinion. Shanika said in a live that Shakira's situation is very serious and her trust was violated. It makes it confusing for viewers because we don't see what was said. So I'm going to say this. I'm going to say this. and I said it before y'all heard it. If it's something that serious and something that strong of a trauma, maybe you shouldn't go share it amongst people you don't know. Okay, it's been how many weeks? Literally, maybe 1 or 2. Like the second she spoke about her trauma on episode like 1 or 2, right into the camera. Like something happened. What I will say is that everyone's holding a secret as of right now, pretty close, because we still don't know what happened. Okay, so in that sense, I feel like they're doing a good job of holding her secret.
Definitely. Okay? Definitely.
So if we want to go to that extent, I don't think they violated too much. Maybe they should not have gone back and forth to other people. Totally understandable. But you got to also understand that when we are in this dynamic, how many times have you seen someone say, so how's your connection with such and such? Or how's your connection? So what's going on with your other connections? These conversations are happening. So let's not act like you can just walk into a room full of people. And that's like, I'm not going to walk into a room full of people that I meet in 1 week and tell them my deepest, darkest secret. Like, there's no way that's going to happen. If something happened to me, if I experience something, that's not the first thing I'm going to lead with. So I feel like she needs to do a better job at guarding herself when it comes to these experiences and things that she dealt with. But when she said, I came into this process with the idea that men wouldn't want to deal with me because of my trauma, it lets me know right then and there she should not have been here, because she has not gotten to that point where she's overcame it. It's one thing to experience something, deal with it, and overcome it, be able to tell your story, be able to put it out there, be able to, empower people who've been through the same thing. And there's another thing to be crying at every freaking episode because someone said something. Like, girl, get it together.
Yeah, I agree with everything that you said. Absolutely. To add on to that, I would say she did try to protect herself a little bit when the situation happened with Katie, and then she said, you know what, let me remove myself. So at least she's a little bit aware of the fact that when something is triggering, I don't want to put myself in a situation that's going to let me, experience my whatever. I still agree that she probably shouldn't have shared in the first place, but I have to give her a little bit of credit when she was like, oh, this looks like a trigger, let me up and remove myself. I don't think she should have been in the process to begin with. No. But we're here now, right? The other thing is, my mom always tells me this, and this applies to even relatives as well. As soon as something escapes your mouth, be content with the fact that you might have already just told 10 other people. So for me, if people have really been following me more than just the review stuff, you've heard me talk about my molestation. You've heard me talk about my depression. You've heard me talk about me wanting to unalive myself. These are all things that I am okay talking about. And so, yes, it is a trauma. Yes, it is a soft spot. But I would never feel like, how dare you violate me, if they went and talked about it, because I already knew if I'm putting it out there, I'm making myself susceptible to it spreading, and I'm okay with that. If she knew that it was too tender for her to feel away if it got out, she should have kept it in a little bit longer. That's where I'm like, yeah. But I don't want to say people can't share their traumas that are deep, because it's possible to share that and be like, I'm putting it out there because I'm genuinely okay with it, which is like me. That's why I kind of relate with her. Like, I'm very open with my trauma. Like, I just said it on this thing like it was nothing, like I'm very open with my past, with my traumas. Those things do not define me. They do not hold me back, but clearly it's something that she's still struggling with. So until you resolve that, keep it here, babe.
That's what I'm saying. Like, no one walks into a room and just tells everyone like their deepest, darkest trauma. Like, there's so many things that we've all dealt with. I'm sure those women have dealt with certain things too. They're not going out and telling everyone. And I feel like whenever you express something so traumatic to a group of people, you need to be able to stand in it and be able to help someone else in the process. I feel that, or go through therapy or whatever, but she was not ready for this process. The thing about Shakira that bothers me though is that Shakira goes on the internet, on Instagram, and she goes and she's dragging the girls, and she's being and she's doing little catty stuff with her and her friend. But then the whole season she's on the screen crying, and I'm like, girl, make it make sense at this point, because you can't be sitting here talking about people and dragging people by the edges, literally, and then when you on the screen you feel like you're being violated and your trust is being broken, and you're doing the same. You're over here being a blogger now.
This is news to me, Because I don't follow these people.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. That's what she's doing on the internet, on Instagram. She's dragging people by the edges.
I can see why Kaden has no sympathy for her whatsoever. I can see that.
Because that's the thing. It's like, even in, I don't know if you saw the video, but the video that I did with Katie and was dragging her, where she literally said, I will do something like, and I will do something like the weak bee that you are. I said, now that was a little too far, Katie, but that also goes to Shakira. You need to learn how to use your discernment before you go out here and just
absolutely
put out your business to people, because you don't know these people, and everybody's intentions for you are not going to be pure.
They're not pure. Yep.
You don't know that about these women. They can be sneaky, envious. They can be, just nasty individuals, mean people, all these things. And you're just going to just go put out your stuff out there to these people. You don't do that. You don't do that. You don't know them. They haven't gained the trust, the access to you. And the same thing with those guys. They haven't gained the trust or the access to any of that about you. So for you to just go out there and be willing to put it out there and then act like, I don't know why anyone would say anything about me, and you're in the Instagram wilding.
Oh, girl, it's raining.
Oh, girl, go in the house.
Yes, but I'm here. Keep going.
But yeah, y'all. So if y'all didn't see the video that I made about Katie and dragging Shakira, that is also on my page. She dragged her really badly, and then because I was wanting to see what the live was about, she sent Katie and actually sent me the live. And what they were basically insinuating was that she was sleeping with, I guess, Swayze or whatever the case may be, which may or may not be true at this point because they're in a relationship.
Not you having the tea, honey.
Okay.
Okay.
So y'all go check out that video. But yeah, so that's my thing with Shakira. Like, even the last episode review I did with her, I wanted to handle her with care in her situation, but I also had to put her up on game. Like, you can't just be trusting people you don't know them. You don't know them. They don't deserve that access. She shows a lack of immaturity, lack of self-awareness, and lack of accountability. That's what it sounds like. That's exactly what it sounds like. All right. I feel like Shakira has a change of heart after the reunion. Something definitely went down. Child, we will have to see. Oh, I'm not going to tell y'all who's in a relationship if you don't know. If you don't know, I'm not going to tell you. But two people are already in a relationship, which bothers me so bad because it's all over Instagram, and it makes it so hard for me to be really unbiased in my review, knowing the outcome, and it just sucks for me so bad. But if you don't know, I will not ruin it for you guys. But yeah, they already have a couple out on the streets. Anyways, somebody already spoiled, so I'm not going to spoil it for the people who don't know. Well, inbox me and tell me. I got you, Dominique. I got you, girl. I got you. So yeah, that's my thing with Shakira. I am happy that she is home. I hope that she is healing, and I hope that she finds an identity for herself outside of her child.
Yes. She needs to find who Shakira is.
And that's going to be hard. It's really hard for moms, especially first time around moms, to, especially dealing with her. It's hard enough for us who don't have trauma. But it's really going to be hard for someone who has to feel like they have to protect their child at all costs to be an individual. So she's dealing with a whole lot of different things that hopefully I pray she gets through. Definitely pray she gets through. So where are we at now?
Not y'all seeing everything.
It's just a little laundry. We get
it.
Yeah. So who's next?
Let's talk about these dates. So the guys were prompted by Tommy to have some romantic dates because these niggas is not romantic. Can we talk about that? Is that a Miami thing? What is going on?
And I don't still feel like they got the clue. I don't feel like they still got it because, like, what romance did we see?
I would say LJ attempted with his salsa thing because typically those kind of dances. Yeah, like people see that as romance, but yeah, for the most part, it's still lacking for me. How was the jumping on the trampolines romantic? Please. But anyways, the first day I think was between Samson. No,
it was
yeah.
It was LJ and what's the name went first? LJ.
That was the first one.
LJ and Shakira went first.
No, Sharice.
Sharice, not Shakira. That's who.
Sharice. Why are you here? I don't understand. I don't get it. I don't get it.
Sharice, everybody is not her type, but yet it's still.
I don't understand why she is here.
My thing about Sharice is like, we're still sitting here like, girl, did you not see how she would not even engage in conversation with LJ? LJ was pulling. He's like, oh, trying to get something.
And she's like, well, I want you to try. Okay, but like, I feel like this was a good initiative from him. Like, this was a good, and so help him out. He's trying to get to know you. He's trying to get to say like, what do you like or whatever. And I'm of the same belief of like, I don't want to just feed you how to please me. Like, I want you to actually like kind of work for it. But I feel like he had already done a little bit of the legwork in the beginning. Like, girl, give him some kind of something. Like, I don't know.
There's nothing to talk about because nothing happened. Besides the fact that she trusted him a little bit on that dance floor, which is why they end up dancing really smooth, because she was, she couldn't really get it. And so he was like, let me lead you. And then she, they was dancing, they got the little dip, and that was cute. And then when we get to the conversation, it's like nothing. And I'm just like, you're wasting everyone's time at this point, Sharice. And even though Zoe was absolutely wrong for the way he handled you, he was absolutely right about your being fake. Like, it is.
Oh, you think so?
Oh, yeah. Why do you think I didn't think that?
So.
I think that this is the thing. I don't think that she's being fake by trying. I think that she's trying her best with what she has because that's the process. In that sense, I don't think it's fake. But I do feel like when it comes to Zoe, Zoe picked up on the fact that it wasn't genuine. And that's okay too, because it wasn't genuine. She's just trying something new. She knows that it's not something that she really wants, but she's still trying something new. So in that case, two things is true. She's trying something new, so it's not really fake, but she's genuinely not really feeling him. So it does come off fake to him.
Yes. Okay. That I agree. Definitely. Like Jay said, she's faking interest. Absolutely. But when he was calling her fake at the time, he couldn't really articulate. So I was like, I'm gonna need him to explain, because to be honest, I think that's just really who she is. And a lot of us aren't taking to her because that's who she is. Like, she not being fake. That's her. That's her.
Yeah.
Which is unfortunate.
Like, her personality is not fake, but the fake interest. It is fake. Yeah. She doesn't see it for these guys, and that's clear. But I also feel like a part of her is like, I'm gonna at least try, because obviously the guys I've been with haven't been working. So I'm gonna at least try, but I really don't see it.
Yeah. No, I'm with you. I'm with you there.
They said she's been at the bottom 3 times already. She gotta go. She's probably next.
No, truly, she's got to go. I'm so exhausted. I'm so tired. Like, she gives me the same vibe as Justice. It seems like they don't really want to put in that effort. I'm like, you're on a date with somebody and they're asking, I don't know, maybe, you should try.
The only reason home stayed is because Samson saved her.
Yeah. Samson, and you know what? I have to give Samson credit, because if it were me, Samson is a long-suffering man, because it can never be me.
With Sharice?
Yeah. The way that she treated him on their first encounter, that would have been enough for me. I'm not waiting for a second impression. I'm sorry.
But you're forced into this dynamic. So I guess he's like, I might as well.
And but there's 9 other people to explore. Sharice didn't have to be one of them.
Look.
She didn't.
Look, if he could get another vote, I'm for it, because I want Samson to stay for a little while. Okay.
I like him. No, I like him.
Me too. He's one of the better ones out of all of them.
Facts. So let's talk about his date with
Brandy.
He had a date with Brandy, and he also had a date with Sharice, right? This episode?
He didn't. Well, he sat down and talked with Sharice at the skating rink.
Oh, the group date. Yes. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So talk about Brandy.
One thing about Samson that I really like is that even though he gives all the women a gift, I think they're very unique to each person. And I love it shows that he's listening. It shows that he's attentive. And then that he's actually doing, he has intentions with things he's doing. He's just not bringing them regular flowers to everybody. Like the whole, when he brought her to, what was it, Shakira, the oil or the lotion or something, it was because of, how the things that she liked or something like that. Him by bringing her the notebook so she could create her memoirs while she traveled. It's like, it's very specific to the person. And I genuinely like that because it just shows that you're not copying and pasting like what's the name from that other season where we just keep doing the same thing for everybody. Corey.
Yeah.
So I like that about him. And then to know that his most romantic date was like going to Paris and like getting a table in the Eiffel Tower. It was like,
no, I'm vibing with Samson. I'm still confused why in the beginning he was like, and what?
He wears a size 13 in skates.
Okay, girl, you married, by the way. You married. Remember that. Okay. I'm single. So hey, what's good? Currently kind of like blurry single, but like don't worry about that. This legally single, don't worry. Hey, minor details. I do like the fact that every gift is personalized, and I think who was the girl who was upset about it? Was it Katie who didn't like the gifts thing? I'm like, maybe you're just upset that it was who?
I think it was Brandy who said it.
Was it Brandy?
It was. She was like, you can't be giving everybody a gift. And Shakira was like, I like my gift. And I was like, Shakira, shut up.
Whoever was upset about the gift, I think you're missing the point. He's not doing it just to be like, I get a different vibe from him than I do from LJ. I feel like LJ, the too friendly thing is absolutely true. I think he wants to be the number one guy for all the girls. But like, if it's not
blurry single, we need this definition.
Hey, this is not the life for that. We will talk at another time. Okay, at another time. And it's the same guy. If you are subscribed to my channel, you already know it's the same guy we've been talking about for a year. I think that with Samson, especially considering the fact that at the beginning of the season he said, I don't pursue women who don't pursue me. I was expecting him to have the demeanor of justice, but the fact that he has been listening to these women, he's been attentive, he gives you the benefit of the doubt. I'm not gonna lie though, he has been kind of losing me lately, because wasn't he the one basically saying he loves Black women because they understand the struggle and whatever like that? And then today he was talking about his greatest love was with the Dominican girl. I was just like, something's kind of shifting for me with him, but for the most part he's still in my good books. I can't exactly pinpoint what the shift is, but there's a shift happening in my mind, but I still like it.
Well, the shift went for me from not being too sure to actually liking him. Because at first, like you said, all the things he was saying was giving me pause. I'm like, you want someone who's been through the struggle, you want someone like this, and then now I'm at this point where I'm like, okay, I can see something. I see a different side of him. Or maybe the guys around him are all so trash that he stands out that much. All
that glitters is not gold though, Chloe. Come on now.
I'm saying maybe that's what it is though. I'm not like, maybe that's what's happening, because it feels like you have to pick someone, right? So if you're gonna pick anyone out of this bunch, that's probably who I would pick.
Yeah, he wants Black women to struggle past. Yeah, that part still weighs on me. I cannot lie to you, but he's been a merciful dater, because like I said, with Charisse, it would have been a done deal, first impression. I don't give a damn.
What about the date that you like?
No, not this time around. That first encounter that he had with her, where she was on her phone the entire time and whatever. Like, no, you don't remember that?
Something about Jane. What did you say? Something about Samson doesn't feel genuine, just rehearsed. Could be.
That's what I'm saying. I'm saying this last episode, something was a shift for me, but I don't know what maybe Sandra is feeling the same thing that I'm feeling, but I can't necessarily pinpoint it. Now he's a spinster, child.
Well, we got more episodes, so eventually everyone shows their true colors.
Now he's a spinster. He's past the age of marriage. Damn. Aren't we all, technically? Yeah, I don't really have much else to say on him. I would just be rambling at this point.
Yeah. Let's go to that was that date, right? Let's go on his. Did we talk about? We did talk about both his dates, right? Let's get to Well, let's get to Brandy and Mike since we were talking about Brandy, right? Let's go into
Okay.
Brandy and Mike. Y'all want to do Randall and Jamala? All right, let's go
No,
to.
let's save them. No. Let's save them. Let's just talk about Brandy. Quick, get it out the way. Brandy, I don't even know why she's fooling herself, selling, thinking that she has connections with other people. We know she just wants to be with Mike, and that's unfortunate for her because Mike is about to play her like a dog, honey. Oh, he's about to dog the hell out of that woman. Poor thing. He is. What? Oh, poor thing. She unfortunately sets herself up in these situations where she does girlfriend title things without actually having the title, and she has really zoned in on Mike and isn't allowing herself to explore these other connections. She did say that, Samson did, go up a few notches, but we know where her heart truly is. So I hope she's prepared to be heartbroken. That's all.
Brandy is a weird one to me. So this is my thing. Brandy said she's never been in a serious relationship because the guys have never been serious about her, this, that, and other. I think that's kind of strange because she's a woman of a particular age to have never been in a serious relationship. There's one thing to like, but that also threw me off because she said her last relationship, if I'm not mistaken, she found out that she was in a relationship and he wasn't.
Yeah, so that's her thing. That's the cycle that she's in. She does girlfriend stuff, like she has this commitment for people who haven't committed to her, and then she finds out, oh,
And
I'm not your
we
girl.
seeing it right now with
Okay.
Mike, right? Right.
Exactly.
Okay. But then she sits there and says, so my she says in a confessional, I don't know what I'm gonna do with Mike and Samson both right here, like how I'm gonna handle this. But then she's sitting there eating grapes, getting what was it, cherries out of freaking Mike's hand, and like right there. And I'm like, girls, who was you lying to and about what and for what?
Yeah, she didn't give that man not a chance whatsoever. Him and whoever he was talking to, was it Kayla? They had to remove themselves because it was so awkward. Like they were just so. Oh, was it Lindy? Yeah, you're right.
Lindy and Samson.
It was. They were all just loved up there, and I'm just like, girl, allow your, like, I rarely say like explore the process because people then use that to be whatless in this show. But for Brandy, like, immerse yourself in the process, babe. There are however many other connections to explore. Even if it's not your typical like thing, just give it a try because you're doing the same thing that has led you to be at this particular age, not having a serious relationship. Like you're doing it again.
Can I be a little bit like devil's advocate right now?
Go ahead. I love Brandy, so you could advocate for her any day.
What if Brandy is the girl that might change his ways? I say this only because even like I feel like, and it could all be game. Y'all hear me out. It can definitely all be game, and I'm really pretty sure most of it's game. But I'm just gonna play devil's advocate for a little bit. When he was talking about how he didn't want kids, but then she was saying she want kids, and he was like, "Well, I guess we're gonna have 3 or 4 kids, whatever, right?" Then he was saying she gives me butterflies all in my stomach, and she's this and that. I feel like the way he talks about her sometimes, and it could definitely be for show, it could definitely be for TV, and it definitely be at face value, right? But I can say that what if, because you know how they say it takes that right girl for that right man, and then everything it just gets. That's it. What if she's that right girl for that right man? And now I'm not saying this is it, but what I'm just saying is what if?
Chloe.
Y'all know I had to do it.
I hear you. I don't like the back and forth that he was doing because I feel like he's saying what needs to be said in order to win Brandy. But when it comes time to fulfilling all those promises that he promised her, I feel like he's going to come up short. So I don't like that. Just be who you are from the jump. That's number one. Number two, if she really was that girl, yes, cap, all caps. If she really was that girl, you're not going to make me look like Boo Boo the Fool the way that he did at that little dinner situation thing, because now I have to watch you have this intimate moment with this woman, and I'm just here like, okay, hold on, was everything that I was experiencing just a farce? Like, what's happening here? Is your connection with her stronger? And like, it seems like where he wants to be is with Kayla, because he said with Brandy it makes sense, but with Kayla, that's where he's excited. And I'm just like, then leave Brandy alone, because you're going to go and chase that exciting thing, and you're probably going to realize the more practical option was the better option. But it's just, I don't like it. I don't like it.
Can I say what I think about him standing up with Kayla?
Mm.
So I mean, we could get into the date and get into that too, but I feel like based on a date that he had with Kayla, and based on the way that he approached Kayla at that dinner, he is definitely telling Kayla a lot of sweet nothings.
Absolutely.
He stood up with Kayla because he didn't want Kayla to go ahead and spill all the tea. He didn't want her to say, you're telling me this, you're doing this, and you're doing this, but you're over there with Brandy. That's why when she stood up with him, she said, I need some reciprocation. Like, I feel like he intimidated her to pull some of that back because he's keeping her for the vote. I think
but here's the thing, Chloe. Here's the thing.
Stuff. Go ahead, I'm listening.
I agree with you. And that's what makes the situation with Brandy so much worse. Because then you're really making me look like Boo Boo the Fool. Because I don't know what you're trying to intercept when you're doing that. All I see is the man that I'm connecting with having this seemingly intimate moment in front of not only the other people that they're dating, but even Tommy himself, who does add advice. So I don't care what the reason was. You're making me look stupid. I don't like that. I don't like that. So whatever he did, whatever his intention was, that's a separate conversation. But if I was Brandy, I'd look at that and I'd be offended.
She definitely was, because she was like, what's happening? Y'all getting married? Like, is this a wedding?
Yeah, I'd be like, no, now you're making me look stupid, and I don't like that.
But she didn't understand. See, this is why I'm like, he's slick. So I definitely feel like he's playing games, but he's definitely telling Kayla a whole lot of nothing. He is feeding that girl down. You cannot tell me he is not feeding her down with all of it, because they've been talking and everything, and she's feeling some type of way because he's not giving her that same attention.
You think she's feeling some type of way though?
I think so.
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
I think she's equally as much of a player as he is.
You think so?
And so because both of them have met their match, that's why they both want to not be vulnerable. They're both like, well, who's gonna fall first? You gonna fall first so that I can have the upper hand? Am I gonna fall first and then you're gonna have the upper hand? I think they've met each other's match, and they kind of like this like competitive, like may the best heartbreaker win kind of situation. I don't think she's as bummed as she's making it seem. I think she's like, dang, like you're on the same game that I'm on, and you're not gonna beat me.
Not they on the same game. So you don't think how she feel about Randall is real?
I don't think she likes anybody in this process. Not for longevity. I think she likes being entertained. And she even said that before, like she loves the multi-dating thing. And I don't even demonize multi-dating. But even with Mike, he was saying like, you got 3 other men's lips on, or maybe it was 2, I don't know. Other men's lips on your lips. I don't want to kiss that. Like he peeps her game, she peeps his, and they're trying to see who's going to concede first. Exactly, Jen Lou. Game meets game.
Maybe that's why she kissing everybody.
Because then you saw how Jamala's look at all that little meant so much to her. It meant so much to Jamala. But Kayla don't give a damn. She can kiss friggin' Tommy for all she cares. She don't care.
See, I didn't think about it like that. Now I'm looking at it different, but I really feel like she kind of likes him, because
she might, but I think it's rooted in competition.
You think it's rooted in competition?
Yeah.
But why, if she already knows that he's definitely going for Brandy?
Because you want that thing that you can't get, Chloe. You want that thing that you can't get.
But this is the thing, because when she got up there, she was like, I feel like I need some reciprocation. Like, if I'm going to do this, then you need to do this.
Because if he falters first, then she's like, I got him. Look at me. I'm that girl. If you can be the one to play the player, oh, you won. You won.
So you
So
think
she's
she out
asking
here
for
playing?
reciprocation. She's asking for all of this. Why isn't she offering it up first so that it can be given back to her? She's not giving it either because she doesn't want to be the one to concede first. It's a game for these two. Come on, man. Come on.
Hey, actually, RV, she said yes. Magic Mike is a player from the Himalayas.
Okay.
But
yeah.
Definitely, I don't like the way he intimidated her. I don't like how he got up in her face to try to get her to be quiet. And I felt like he knew that she was going to say something that was going to mess up his game with Brandy, and that's why he went up there and did that the way he did it, because that was his way of trying to get her to bring it down. Be careful what you say. I'm right here in your face. Don't disclose anything that don't need to be disclosed. That's what he was doing to her. I ain't like it.
I can see that. I can see that for sure.
Yeah. Who we talking about now?
Let's talk about Jamala. Oh.
Tell me if it looked like I say I love you. Look.
Okay, hold on. Girl.
I'm trying to say olive juice.
You know, I'm pretty good at reading lips, so all I see is olive juice. But I could see, like, if you weren't intently looking, then you could be like, did he just say I love you? Oh my gosh. Also, this is sad, Jamala. I'm so sorry, girl. You simping. I'm a simp too. I don't even shame you, but girl, you simping over the wrong man. Randall is not the one.
No.
She is simping hard over this man. If he is the right one, this is not the right time to be giving all that she's giving. Not now. He's not there yet. He is still playing the field and all that stuff. No, poor Jamala. I agree. I think she's setting herself up for failure with this one.
He was a smooth one though. Bye smooth. Bye. She said, "Can you see the falling in love with me?" He was like, "That was the point of the labels, right?" I said, "Not the point of the labels." I loved it. I don't know why, but I loved it. I was like,
Grace Bay, literally, I feel the same way. I feel like Randall is soaking up this attention that maybe doesn't typically happen in this way for him. This is not to say he doesn't get attention. He doesn't get, women. But I think this full on, I want you, I need you, maybe it's a little bit foreign. So he's soaking it up a little bit.
I think it's definitely too early for her talking about falling in love and stuff like that. I think it's too early. And
she genuinely asked him as if he was gonna say, "Yeah, I am falling in love with you." Like she really thought that was gonna come out of his mouth.
But that's why I was like, and it took me back too. But she said that it's an inside joke between them two when it comes to the olive juice, as if they've been talking like this for a while, which is really explain why she feels the way she feels.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like it'll only end in tears.
Do y'all want some tea really quick? I can drop some tea. Okay. So I don't know who makes it to the end all the way. Okay. And I don't know if they made it to the end or not. But I do know that Jamala threw that candle in the trash the other day on Instagram.
That's what I said. It'll end in tears. Didn't I just say that? It will end in tears. Please.
But this was just the other day. So I don't know if they made it.
She probably just posted it now, but it probably happened a while ago.
But what if they made it to the end and they just broke up?
Child, all I know is I knew it would end in tears because she set herself up for failure with that man. That man is not serious about her. I'm telling you, the face she made after that little peck, I said, "Oh, she's gone. She is gone. The poor woman is gone."
She gave you that thank you that I give my husband after you know what. Thank you.
She is lost in the sauce. Poor thing, because he's not going to do right by her. He's not. That doesn't surprise me at all that she threw away that candle. Poor thing. I wish she would have gave somebody else a proper try because he was never going to be the one. It was never going to be him.
Oh. But we don't know. Maybe we get to see a love story unfold.
Chloe,
like
I get
Donovan
it. You're
Carmen.
married, like black love. I understand. Like,
Remember Donovan and
but like,
Carmen?
I need you to start being realistic sometimes, okay?
Did you forget about Donovan and Carmen? How they love just like it's we grew in front of our face. You don't remember how we just popped up and grew in front of our face, and then they stayed together.
And where are they now?
And then they broke up. Maybe this could be them. Like this could be the love evolving in front of our face, and then they broke up. Maybe.
And I'm not even a pessimist. I'm truly a hopeless romantic. Truly, I am. But no.
And he came with his hoochie daddy shorts once. Girl, she was eating it all up.
I don't see the intrigue. I really don't. I don't see it for Randall.
But I'm not gonna hold you.
It's not even type. Like I just don't see it. Like even for me, like a Samson is not my type. But I could see how you would be drawn to somebody like him. I don't see it for Randall. I don't.
Well, I don't feel like we know enough about him.
Okay,
so
Chloe.
Like we don't know enough about him yet. But he got all the women's. So he obviously doing something right.
He got Jamala, who I feel like maybe she thinks this is her last chance at love. Trinika, who's also a player. She's damn friendly with everybody. And Kayla, who's also a player. So does he have all the women, Chloe? Does he? All
he
right.
got most of them.
The most of the ones that aren't serious. That's who he has. The unserious ones. That's why I'm saying I think he's really soaking up the attention. But if he was to look carefully, even those women are not into him. Like really his best bet would be with Jamala. But unfortunately, he's gonna screw it up because he's soaking up the moment and he's gonna miss. Nah, them girls ain't serious about you. It's Jamala.
So how do you think it's gonna play out for them? So like
tears. It'll end in tears.
Not tears. But who do you think he would pick?
I think it's going to be like the whole, and I hate to compare them because they physically look alike, but their storylines are also similar. What was his name with Liz?
Oh, Jason.
Yeah, I think it's going to be that kind of situation. He really does want the hot girl, the whatever, like the Kayla, the Trinika, but he's going to settle for the sweet, more docile, more, full on, I like you kind of person. But then he's going to realize he ain't even want that in the first place because now look at Liz. Poor thing. Jamala, y'all going to be in the same boat. Hopefully we'll see a little collaboration from y'all two to share about your woes of dealing with these men that happen to look alike. It's crazy. It's crazy.
Wait, let me ask this one question, right? One question. So when Mike said that Brandy is like, I forgot what he said about her, but he said that Kayla was the video fantasy.
Mm-hmm.
How do you think he meant that?
Well, I said it. Like Brandy's the more practical option, whereas Kayla's where he's excited. To me, if you're going to go to excitement, go over there. Don't fool around with me. Because I'm not going to be waiting around on the sidelines for you until all your excitement is over, because it does end at some point unless there's a balance. So yeah.
If you was Kayla, would you find that disrespectful?
If I was Kayla? Hell no. Kayla loves Chloe. This girl is a player. She knows it and she loves it. She's okay with it. Like she's okay with. She does not. You think of me as a video vixen, baby? Let me show you what a vixen can do. I 1000% think that that's what Kayla is on. Truly.
Okay.
But anyways.
Okay. Who we forget?
Yeah, I was gonna say, who the hell is this Patrick?
Oh no, but I blocked him. You get blocked. My block game is strong. I'm like Ariana Curry over here, just blocking people.
I don't even know the full story about that, but just seeing you guys go on live talking about these people is hilarious.
She's the black queen out this piece. But no, who we forget?
On the skating date, who was on it? Oh, let's talk about Katie and Swayze.
Okay.
Go ahead.
I don't want to go.
All right, settled. Okay, cool. All right.
Okay. So based on a date,
Yep.
I feel like, oh God, I feel like Swayze. I feel like Katie wants to get to know Swayze a lot deeper, and he's still in his have fun phase. Okay.
Sorry, I'm just gonna run. My phone is dying, but I'm listening.
Go ahead. I'll keep talking. I feel like he just wants to what's my thoughts? I'm trying to get my thoughts together, y'all, because them two right there. Yep, them two. I feel like she wants a deeper part of him. Like she wants to know more about him. She wants an in-depth part of him, but he's still being a lot more surface, and it's mainly because of his job. So he's his job is very intense. So he always wants to be fun and have fun and stuff like that. And now that she's trying to get a deeper, in-depth part of him, it's hard for him to go there because he doesn't want to be serious. So even when he's trying to tell her like what I like about you, he's like, I like this, I like that, and you eat a lot. I like this, and you talk a lot. Like he still can't even. He got to still make it a joke. He still got to add in some type of fun. And
know what though? I can't fully blame him on that though.
I don't blame him.
Because I think Katie set the precedent for the relationship to be that kind of playful, throw jabs. Oh, there's a plug right here. What the hell? And so now that he's doing what their relationship was based on, she's kind of annoyed because, like you said, she wants the deeper parts of him, but it was established on the wrong things. It was established on like basically they're both the outcasts or whatever. There's a sexual attraction between the two of them, but like, is there actually any substance? We don't know. Like even at the archery date, it was all jokes between the two of them. So I wouldn't be surprised that he's just keeping up the same energy, and now she's acting up, and then he's like, "Hey, what the hell? Like what?"
I don't know. I feel like she wants a more in-depth, but something happens between next week because he stormed out and she went chasing after him. And I think he said something like he never dated a black girl or something like that, right?
Yeah.
We will have to see how this turns out. This should be interesting.
Me being in Miami though. That's why like when what's his name brought up Dominican, and I know there's a conversation on our Dominicans background. That's not what I'm trying to open up. But I kind of was like, him bringing up the fact that his greatest love was Dominican and he wants a black woman because of the struggle. Colombian, you're right.
Colombian.
I was just like, some of these men, it's giving, this is their first black woman, but I don't know. We'll see.
Well, we already know that Zoe allegedly had a girlfriend and she wasn't black. It's giving Frank vibes. Is that what it's giving?
And you know what? And it's not a problem. Truly. If anybody follows my personal life, you know. Listen, but it's just kind of like irritating when the show is supposed to be about one thing and then we found out we're not even your type anyway. Like it's just, I don't know. It's kind of like, why are you wasting our time?
Right. I feel like if that's your preference by any means, that's perfectly fine. If you prefer a different culture or a different race or whatever, that's fine. But don't come on a black love show and you never dated black women and this is your trial. Like, give it a trial.
We are not your trial.
Like by any means, sir, you can date whoever you want, but don't make this the trial run for the black girls. Like, no, we don't want that. Exactly. Don't come on. Like, pick a side. I mean, it's fine if you want to be, date multiple races and stuff like that, but don't never have not dated a black girl ever. And then all of a sudden you weren't ready to love on a black dating show and you never dated anyone black. That don't even make sense to me. Now it's one thing to date different races. Like I dated white, I dated, Indian, I dated Mexican, like whatever.
Miami, like it's Miami.
I don't know. Did we miss anybody?
I don't think we did, but I thought that whole dinner situation that Tommy was doing, I get the intention behind it, but I thought it was stupid.
It was messy as F.
Yeah.
So let me tell you what I think happened. I think that because the Truth or Dare game stirred up a lot, Tommy was trying to do something similar, but in a different way. If you notice, he's throwing different curveballs than his normal curveballs. So I think this whole dinner was supposed to be one of those things where it's like, let's stir up some mess to give the people something to talk about. And that's exactly what he did.
That failed. I didn't like it. Like, it would have been one thing if it was like let's actually flesh out the different connections that we have going on, but it turned into like a bashing session, and I'm like, I don't see how this is conducive for relationships here. Like, doesn't make sense.
It is like and I honestly don't. I feel like they would have been better off playing a game of truth or dare than this, because like, what did we really get down to the bottom of? You have what's his name talking about some Looney. You have Looney yelling out, I think Swayze thinks I have the cooties because he doesn't answer my phone call. Like, we don't need this. We didn't ask for this.
Yeah.
If you're gonna give us anything, give us what we've been saying we liked from past seasons. Every time they play truth or dare, it always goes good. Keep that in the mix. Because obviously this whole dinner, it just turned into Shakira crying. Like, and we didn't care. Like, I'm tired. Like, we're over it.
Yeah.
I think he got the idea from last season. Remember when he had brought them all together and it was like Paul and Nakia and all of them in that room, and everybody started talking about their dates. I think that's what he was trying to get to, but it didn't go over well.
But the problem is, like, we're tired of these like curated stuff. Like, even with the dates, like the people that get chosen to go on dates, it's always weird to watch because you know that the interest is not there, you know? So I feel like you're saying, truth or dare might have been better, especially if it was an organic situation. They're already there. They're probably drinking. They want to have fun. Let them expose their own connections on their own. Let's sit down and talk about no.
Yeah.
No.
First of all, that's the problem with Tommy. These are grown people. You telling grown people to be romantic. You telling grown people to talk about their differences. Like, these are grown.
You telling grown people to go and fetch a phone number. Is that not the basics?
Like, this is not junior high. This is not dating 101. Like, what the hell?
Yeah.
Like, are we all not ready for love? Like, everybody need to go home and start over. I agree. Everybody just go home and start over. Do cast me, please.
But that's the thing. Apparently, they're going to do a second Miami season. Personally, I'm not even interested.
Oh God, it's going to play right after this one.
Yeah.
Oh, well, hopefully they're better.
I don't want it.
I don't want to knock them down just yet.
No, I don't want it. Truly, like this, like I'm telling you, like I tell my subscribers this all the time. Ready to Love for me, when I first joined, it truly was to watch Black, mature, established individuals find love. Like I love that idea. And now
let me go run to get my charger. You can finish talking. I'm just gonna run to get my charger.
Sure. Now it feels like, so Chloe and I were talking before we went on live, and it feels like the show has turned into a money grab. But even with the whole money grab of it all, it's not super enticing. So it's like, if you're going to go for the salacious storyline, at least make it very intriguing, at least get us excited and all this stuff. Don't have these curated fights or these curated connections that we can't necessarily like really believe. Either go back to the authenticity of what the show was supposed to be, or do the full-on drama thing and make it worth it. Because whatever this is, trying to play up in our faces that you guys are actually looking for genuine connections, and then giving us this drama that feels very contrived, I feel like you're wasting our time. I really feel like they're wasting our time. Somebody said, when I lived in Miami, I'm more foreign. People tried to date me. Oh, yeah. I could see that. Yeah, the Miami vibe definitely, like, unfortunately, the reputation with a place like Miami is like player, hot girl summer, city girls type of thing. So even when the season started, I was not expecting anything serious. And it's unfortunate that that is coming true, because I'm uninterested. Yeah.
Oh, me too. And it's not even, you want to know something? Honestly, because I'm a messy girl, I'm fine with like, if we're going to lose a concept completely, you know what I mean? At least make it entertaining.
That's what I was telling them. I was telling them before we went live, like, if you're going to do the salacious thing, like, really go for it.
Go for it. Like, if you're not going to be genuine love. Yeah. If it's not going to be genuine love, at least give me some real entertainment. Okay. Like, give me something, because at this point, we're not getting genuine love or real entertainment. We're just like, yeah, this is happening.
Yeah.
You're giving us people like Justice. We don't want him. We didn't ask for this. No one asked for him. Like
Yeah.
you're giving us like just people like Devin. You don't even take care of your kids. Like, sir, why are you here? Like, what's happening here? Like, if you're gonna give us something, if you're gonna give us, you know, if you're not gonna give us real love, give us real entertainment.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
It's like Love and Hip Hop. You know, it's like all scripted and everything, but it's so freaking ratchet. You just love it, you know? Like, I'm fine with that.
No, literally, like, and Shanita said, the revelation of folks having girlfriends, babies on the way, like it's so remember that resort season, even though I feel like the resort was kind of going on the way that we like a little bit more.
Yeah.
The fact that there was a woman on there with child, and then a man at the reunion who just had a child. I'm like,
but that's what I mean by, but that season was pure entertainment. See, there's one thing, like, even though we knew like couples was like faking it to make it or whatever,
yeah.
It was still good for TV. So if we're not gonna have real love, give me something good for TV, or give me something to at least talk about so we could be in the comments like blah 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 blah. Like even reviewing a show or even having a live chat about it should be, and you know, something to key about. It's just like we ain't really got much to key about. Like
even like I think that's what they were trying to do with the whole fight from the last episode. Honestly, I was more embarrassed watching it. I'm like, is this what we're doing?
Wait, who was fighting last time?
What are their names now?
Somebody was fighting?
Alonzo and Charisse.
Oh, the argument?
Yeah, I was more so embarrassed than like, ooh. Like it didn't give me like, damn, here's the drama. Like I was embarrassed.
Because it was wrong. Like there's one thing to have a spat. And I feel like if people are gonna have spats, it needs to be equal. It needs to be men, women, women. When it becomes like that, it becomes domestic, and that's not entertaining. That's abuse to a certain extent. So no one really wants to see that. You know what I mean? It's one thing to have a conversation about something we didn't see, and we could come up with assumptions and whatever the case may be, and it becomes a conversation, versus actually seeing something that's triggering to some, and then like it's totally different. It's like the whole Shallow and Phil situation. We never saw it, right? Yeah. But we had a conversation about it. We was going like everybody was picking a side was a conversation. But when you see something, it loses the whole whatever it is that they're trying to do, because now it's too intense for us. Like the girls going back and forth with Cherie saying this about the girl and that's different, because we can that's a tussle. Like the girls is tussling. That's cute, right? But when we go into like man and woman, it's not equal. So that's when it becomes a problem for me anyway.
So before we go, because girl, it's been 2 hours, I haven't eaten. Just quickly, we don't have to get too deep into it because it was last episode. Who do you think was in the wrong first? Because they were both in the wrong. But who do you think was in the wrong first?
Okay, so I broke it down, my last review.
Okay.
They were both having a conversation. They were both expressing how they felt about each other. Zoe was wrong when he started yelling, "It's your shot, it's your shot," because they were in the middle of a conversation. She said she felt some type of way. He said, "Well, I feel like you're fake." She said, "Well, I don't feel like I'm being fake. I feel," and he was like, "It's your shot, it's your shot." While she was still in the same tone that they've been in and the same conversation that they was in, she was having the conversation, and he started yelling at her, "It's your shot, it's your shot," and then everything from that moment escalated.
See, I think things went left even prior to that.
I think that they were having an argument and a disagreement, which is perfectly fine.
No. I'm even saying before they went off to play the pool.
Yeah.
I feel like seeing that Zoe was on 10 upon arrival, Cherie should have had the wherewithal to say, "Hey, the typical me who likes to poke and prod, not today. Not today." That is not to absolve Zoe of his actions, but I feel like you being like, "Oh, let's barbecue him. Why?"
But I don't even think it was that serious, because like she whispered it to the girl, like, "Barbecue him."
But
like But it wasn't like she was like, barbecue him, girl, barbecue him. You know what I mean?
Definitely.
I feel like it was like an inside, like, and it wasn't like she said anything crazy. Like, barbecue, like, first of all, you're a grown man. Are we really upset because she said barbecue you? And so if you really felt like that, why even entertain the fact to go play pool with her?
But that's what I'm saying. I feel like even with her, if you saw that he was on 10 like that, even prior to y'all going and playing pool, and you know you're not really interested in this man, why are you going to indulge? Like, I feel like they were both playing in her face. Like, y'all know you don't want to do this. Like, well, I don't know what's happening here.
But that's what I'm saying. If you look at the conversation, she was asking him, so where are we? What are we doing? Where do we stand? I feel like you haven't been reaching out to me. You haven't been calling me ever since. He said, well, I feel like you fake. I feel like this and that and the other. Conversation, which is fine because they need to have that conversation if they at one point were supposed to be connected, right? That's fine. You feel like this. I feel like that. It is what it is. But if we're having a conversation, you don't start yelling at me. That's like me and you right here, right? And I'm like, no, because such and such. And you like, yeah, and we're having a disagreement, which is fine. Yeah. And then in the middle of you talking, I'm like, no, be quiet, be quiet, be quiet. You'll be like, who are you talking to, right?
Girl, the way my eye just went straight to that little lead, but I said, oh, and I'm like, oh, she's playing. Role play. Like, my mind went straight to, oh, we fighting? What's happening?
But that's what I'm saying, because that's what he started basically yelling. It's your shot, telling her to shut up. That's what it was. It was basically like, shut up. It's your shot. It's your shot. And then that's when everything escalated. I feel like they needed to have that conversation because he felt some type of way. She felt some type of way. Let's talk it out. Let's agree to disagree and let's move on. But you're not going to shut me up.
I think it's because I'm the type of person where if I walk into a room and I already feel like the vibe is off, I remove myself. Like, I'm just not that kind of, I'm very conflict averse. I will have conflict if it's necessary, but I'm very conflict averse. I'm like, if somebody's on 10, like, it even goes with like my family. If I see that my brother is on one, I'm like, I'm gonna talk to you tomorrow because I don't have the time to deal with that today. So maybe that's why I kind of see it for
probably
even engage him. But absolutely, when he started piping up, nope.
But I think that if you got to remember, they're filming too, right? So it's not like the regular everyday interaction. You're on a dating show with people that you're dating, connecting with, you're having a conversation, so that's fine. But also for me, I'm a little bit of that girl that's like, I want to have a conversation, so we gonna have this conversation. What you got to say? Because I got some things to say too. That's why when he was like, I feel like you're being fake, she was like, and what about you? I feel like this, and that's fine. The conversation is fine. It's when you started to escalate it by trying to shut me up. Now I feel some type of way.
He's gone. She's gonna be gone real soon. So
I think she's next, and then Justin's next than her, I think.
Yeah, let's hope so. But this was good, Chloe. You guys, this is gonna be the way that it's gonna be because Married at First Sight, Ready to Love, I can't be bothered. But if I'm coming to talk to Chloe, then I'm gonna watch it.
So when I be in the DM, like, so did you watch it? Don't be looking at me crazy.
When I took a nap today, and then I woke up and I was like, oh my gosh, the show, like, we're going live in about an hour and a half. I put the show on double speed.
Double speed? How do you even watch it to understand what's happening?
I mean, you saw me doing the commentary. Clearly, I understood enough. It's okay.
Girl, teach me your ways. Teach me your ways.
There's too many shows. I need to just get through it and just keep it pushing. So yeah. No.
You're great, because I'll be really like writing down all the notes. Because
I write notes too.
On 2x speed?
Yeah.
Oh, girl, teach me the ways. Teach me the ways. Because I'll be at home with on my laptop, like, pause.
I'm dead.
He said, and I'll be putting my thoughts in it and everything, like, pause.
Oh, no, we don't pause. Absolutely not. Listen.
You don't even pause?
No. That's
what kind of superpowers?
Baby, I'm a millennial. Our attention span is abysmal. Okay, so I need something to. Hey, you're not gonna have me sitting here for 2 hours. No, get to the point.
Oh, okay. But I appreciate you so much for coming to hang out with me. I had so much fun. You guys, please make sure you go and subscribe to Queen E's channel. The link is pinned at the top. I did pin it, right? I feel like I did.
I think you did. And if you're watching the replay on my channel, go and follow Chloe, because if you're not, what's wrong with you?
I don't understand. Like, why wouldn't you? Okay. And if you're catching the replay back on my channel, make sure you go ahead and subscribe to Queen E and leave me some yellow hearts. Let me know that you stopped by. Like the chat up with some love. I appreciate you all so much. But we gotta go because we gotta eat and we got things to do. Okay. All right, y'all. Bye.